Here in just a minute, warm-up's completing. Getting started here. I would say normally bright and early, but it's still dark here in South Bend, Indiana, 8 a.m., one of the furthest, most west cities in the Eastern time zone. Mueller, Gorolnik, Frederick are your forwards at the drop. Gorolnik gets in, shot on net, saved. Good shot by Gorolnik. Back on D, Steinmetz and Lauber. Playing the Florida Surf, which has an incredibly short bench. Looks like there's only 5 skaters on the bench. Famous last words, but I don't expect this to be a particularly competitive game. But we'll see. It is early. 5th game of the weekend. OHC's 3-1. 3 solid games to start. And then a little bit less so in their second game yesterday. So you got Ryu, Johnston, Beto line on, Guyette, and Crawford. Did that go in the net? It did. Johnston came around the corner, pops one in to get the scoring started off ultra early this morning. He came right off the boards, and he goal by A.J. Johnston. Avseev and Gordon are now on the blue line. Were you with it in the zone? Were you in the middle? Johnston is going to dump it in. They're going to call offsides, though, I guess. I'm not sure who that was, but either way, it was a dump in and change. So we're going to do a neutral zone face-off with a line change here. Tyler Smith will come on, take the drop. Hammer, Pope, Williams, and Steinmetz. Hammer goes down into the corner. Back door. Smith and Pope are there. Puck's knocked away into the corner. Pope with the hit in the corner. And that's going to be an icing. So we'll run it back with the same 5. Face-off win. Back to Steinmetz. Quick shot by Williams. Doesn't get all the way through. Here comes the surf. That sounds weird to say. Quick shot, but not even remotely near the goal. Hope goes in for the big hit. Player was ready for it, so a little bit of a collision. The big Florida defender got the better of that. Hope goes back in for the hit. Big boy at defender. Lauber and Steinmetz are on. Hope throws it cross ice to Smith to Hammer. Hammer enters his zone. 2-on-2. Nice skating. He takes a corner, flips it back to Smith. Great pass by Hammer. The goalie was ready for Smith's shot. On the ice now, you got Frederick and Goralnik as Smith goes to change and Mueller comes on. Lauber and Guyette are the defenders. Mueller on the far side. Puck reverses to Guyette, retrieves it. 11:41 in this first period remaining. Quick shot by Frederick on the pass from Guyette. Goes wide. Goralnik on the boards. Florida gets that one in deep. Dangerous zone for that shot. And I think it was blocked by Guyette, but the player gets the rebound out of Guyette's jersey. No shot, though. Quick shot in front of net. Loose puck, it bounces in. Florida with the goal. Evening this game up. That makes it 1-1. So Johnston into the middle with the pass, looking for Beto. We got Ryu, Johnston, and Beto are the line, is the forward line. Crawford and Gordon are your D-men. Around the horn, Johnston, bottom of your screen, is going to get it. Ryu with it on the boards. Gordon reverses. Up to Ryu. Ryu into the middle, almost hit Beto, but he hits Johnston. Johnston tries to squirt it by the forward to Beto, but it gets kicked. Crawford, cross-ice pass, nice one to Ryu. Ryu's got some space. The defender's able to recover. Afseev up to Beto, hits a stick, but not able to control it. Afseev and Guyette are the D-men. Guyette in the corner. We got Johnston over to Ryu. Smith is on the ice with the two of them. Johnston again, shot, save. Avseev over to Guyette. Johnston gets it again, shoots it. It's in the back of the net. Johnston with another goal. That one was low and away perfectly, just inside the post. As we were mid-change. Looks like we'll have Hammer, Smith, and Pope at forward, Avsev and Guyette at D. Hammer enters the zone. Turns into the middle. He's got space. Couldn't quite pull the trigger. Avsev does. Hits somebody. I don't know if that hit Pope or what. Good job by Edwards keeping that puck in. Avsev with it again. Gets it to Pope. Pope to Smith. Hits him in the... Controls it with his skates, rather. Into the middle of Pope. Pope flips it forward. Reverses it. Steinmetz on the boards there. Awesome pass by the Florida player. Gets past the defense, and that could have been a goal. That hit the crossbar. But fortunately, the crossbar kept it from going in. Williams with it now. Williams over to Steinmetz. Steinmetz to Pope. Pope enters his zone. Over to Hammer into the middle. Back to trying to go back to Pope, but it ended up going wide. Pope comes into the middle.
That was Bryce's first side, right?
Pope up to the point, but a little too hot to handle on the pass. For Steinmetz comes out. We'll regroup. Now we got Mueller and Frederick on. Mueller into the middle, gets past 1-2, and then was about to pull the trigger, but lost the puck for a moment. Goralnik is also on the ice. Gordon and Lauber are your D-men. 7 minutes to go in this first period off of 2 A.J. Johnston goals. There's Goralnik. Goralnik puts it in the back of the net. Goralnik, good to see Caleb get on the scoreboard there. Broke through the 2 defenders. Only had the goalie to beat. Making it 3-1 OHC.
Oh, gotcha.
Same forwards, Mueller, Goralnik, Frederick. Quick shot goes in the corner. It was actually closer than you would think. Here comes the Surf. Surf? I don't think you can do plural surfs. I think it's just the surf. And that's the scoreboard actually has plural surfs, and I don't think that's correct.
He's got to get deep.
So we're going to have Beto, Ryu, Johnston, Avsev, and Crawford. OHC wins the face-off. And the pass is wide, so that's going to be icing. Quick shot by the Surf. And then Avsev knocks it away, gets it up to the point. Loose puck in the middle, goes in the corner. Johnston's there. Dangerous zone. Avsev knocks it away. Stretch pass. Johnston's going to get down to the corner, but not before icing is called. 5:45 to go in this first period. OHC wins it. Johnston to a streaking Beto. Beto gets into the zone with speed. He shoots it. That might have probably got a defender's stick, but almost looked like it hit the crossbar. Dangerous zone chance there for Beto, but didn't quite get to him. This goalie for the Surf is pretty small. I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few. Quick shot into the corner, not saved by OT. Guyette takes it by himself, drops it to Ryu. Ryu throws it back door. Johnston was there, but a little too far behind him. Johnston back door. Beautiful pass to Smith, and Smith tips it, and I think it just went off the side. So you end up, I think, another mid-change as you have Johnston, Ryu, and Smith. That shot was hard but high. Smith taking it by himself. Almost got through. Hammer and Pope join Smith on the ice. Hammer up to Smith. Smith gets past the defender. He's got Pope in the middle. Gets it to Hammer, though. Hammer back to Pope, and he misses it. Went right between his legs. Good backdoor chance. Hammer with a great pass. Smith's going to fire it. It's blocked by the Surf player. Smith throws it in the corner. Pope's there. Back to Smith. Up to Lauber at the point, but it bounces over his stick. Lauber over to Steinmetz. Steinmetz gets it through to Hammer. Hammer trying to hit a streaking Mueller as we are mid-change, but Hammer and Pope go to the bench quickly. Mueller by himself, wide angle shot, saved by the goalie. Frederick and Goralnik join Mueller. FC Van Gordon are your blue liners. Frederick with some good skating there. Loses an edge though. Gordon. Good reversal. Good exit there by Donovan. Gets it up towards Goralnik. Mueller comes in and gets it. Mueller's going to fire it. Quick shot, a hard one. Goalie saves it. So Mueller is going to take the drop with Frederick and Goralnik. Avsev and Gordon are still your D-men. 2:43 to go in this first period.
I thought it was about 30 difference.
Rebound, Mueller with the shot. Avsev retrieves it. Guess that's going to be offsides. So we're going to send out Crawford and Guyette on the blue line. Guyette in the corner. Goralnik. Mueller with the shot. Save, rebound, but Goralnik is there. Back up to Crawford.
Good line.
Crawford fires it. Glove save by the goalie. Good shot there. OHC will change and send out Beto, Ryu, and Johnston along with Lauber and Williams. 1:38 to go in this first period. Comes back to Lauber. Lauber's going to kick it forward. Johnston trying to get it in the zone, gets it over to Ryu. Ryu enters. Throws it down low. Johnston gets it. And here come the surf. Williams went in for the hit, just missed. OHC comes away with it. Dangerous pass back door, but good job by Johnston breaking it up. The defender for the Surf comes up and shoots it nowhere near the goal. Lauber looking for a streaking Beto out of the zone on the bump pass, but not successful. Another dangerous pass as the Surf get a little bit of zone time here. Here comes Ryu. Ryu's going to get it up to Beto. Beto's going to lead. Ryu's going to change. Beto with the shot is high. Hope came onto the ice, I guess, for Ryu. Smith and Pope take it into the zone, and that shot was kind of deflected with 8 seconds left in the period. So about to end the period here. We'll do the offensive zone face-off. Smith will take the drop. Face-off win by OHC. Quick shot by Pope and saved by the goalie into the corner. And that's the end of the first period. Three to one's the score. We'll be back in a minute. Here we go, start of the second period. Okanagan up 3-1. Could have been a lot more than that, frankly. Smith, Pope, and Hammer are your forwards. Hammer with the pressure. Pope there now. Pope reverses it. Smith is there. Avseev and Guyette are the defenders. Smith comes away with it. Avseev. Guyette. Guyette fires it. Deflected off somebody in the corner. Smith retrieves it. Guyette. Guyette backdoor to Smith. Smith puts it in the top of the net. Beautiful pass from Guyette. And Smith finished it right over the goalie's shoulder. Megan at 401 OHC. Yeah.
Not tell that. No gas, no break.
Right.
Gotta get those point differentials up on elite prospects.
That would be nice.
My hockey rankings.
Yep. An unfortunate reality. Steinmetz, Gordon, and Crawford. Actually, I guess Steinmetz might be playing forward for the moment. Goralnik and Frederick. Steinmetz is playing forward. Here comes Goralnik into the zone. He loses an edge. 4-1 is the score. Gordon to Crawford. Crawford back to Gordon. Gordon to Steinmetz. Steinmetz enters the zone. Good job by Goralnik blocking that pass with his skate. Here comes Frederick into the zone. Surf entered the zone. Quick shot saved by OT. Beto is now onto the ice. He's by himself, so he's kind of trying to buy time while the change happens. Ryu was streaking, and here comes Johnston as well. Then you got Lauber and Williams on the blue line. Williams to Lauber, Lauber to Johnston. Johnston in the zone. He's going to get past the defender. He's going to fire it back door. Actually, didn't fire the shot, fired the pass back door, but not able to be corralled. Williams in the neutral zone gets it over to Lauber. Ryu. Williams. Lauber down low. Beto is going to almost get it. Quick shot. Tipped. That shot by Lauber was tipped by the D-man and ended up hitting the post. Would have been a nice goal, no D-man goal there on the deflection. Pass to Johnson. We got Smith and Pope on the ice. Johnson's still here. He gets it to Smith. Smith shoots it off the side of the post. Smith gets it over to Lauber. Johnson changed Hammer came onto the ice. Guyette and Lauber are the D-men. Guyette takes the space. Back door. I think that was tipped by Hammer and went up into the boards. Nice deflection. Wasn't too far. Pope reverses it. Looks for the pass in the middle, but loses an edge as Florida is just going to ice it. So we'll do an offensive zone face-off with Hammer, Smith, and Pope, Avseev, and Guyette. This Florida team has an incredibly short bench, only 5 skaters on the bench compared to about Okanagan's 10 or 11. So that is definitely a factor in a 5-game weekend. Pope enters the zone. He shoots it, but it gets deflected up into the net. So we'll do a change. Mueller, Frederick, and Goralnik, along with Gordon and Crawford. Quick shot from Crawford, and the goalie's able to corral it without a rebound.
Yeah, I'm sure Caleb's exchanging places. Oh my God.
Offensive zone face-off. OHC controls it. Mueller with it. Frederick. Frederick with a nice move to evade the defender, keep the puck, gets it to Mueller. Knocked away, and the Surf have it.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be icing. So we'll reverse it and do it again. Quick face-off win. Gorolnik's got some space in the middle. Not quite able to pull the trigger. Florida converged pretty quickly. Florida's got a couple of players with size. A couple of players with size and speed. But like I said, there's not enough of them. I'm sure it's tough getting players in Florida, as reflected by them having one goalie and a 5-man bench right now. 5 skaters that are not on the ice compared to OHC's, when fully healthy, 12 or 13 extra skaters. So Johnston came onto the ice there, was going after the defender, kind of lost an edge. Might have been tripped, but going to be hard to get too many sympathy calls in this game, the way this game is going. Ryu, Johnston, Beto, Williams, Steinmetz. Johnston going to take it himself into the zone. Drops it to Beto. Beto fires it. That was a good shot. Good look, but it was just high. Ryu, Steinmetz. Steinmetz is back on defense. Had to shift it forward there. Ryu on his backhand. Shoots it in the back of the net. Turns to the inside on his forehand and flips it past the far side of the goalie into the net, making it 5-1 halfway through this game. OHC on pace for 10 goals in this breakfast buffet. Smith, Hammer Pope, Guyette Avsev. Into the middle. Guyette, quick shot by Smith on the drop, and the goalie makes the save. For those of you wondering, we walked into the rink this morning at 7:45. It was still pitch black dark, and that's for a number of reasons. One, South Bend is gloomy with a permacloud from the Lake Michigan that kind of covers the region. But number two, it's one of the westernmost Eastern time zone cities, so it's always a delayed start. Cross ice pass to Pope. Pope got deflected on his pass shot. Pass was from Hammer. Hammer's going to do it again, going down low. He reverses. Good skating. Hammer into the middle looking for Guyette. It's defended. Hammer down low to Pope. Pope looking, planning for what to do, ends up getting it to Smith. Smith, nope. The referee shook his head immediately. Looked almost like a trip. Smith with it. Hammer tips it, goes down low. Hammer, this almost looks like a power play. Pope with it. He comes into the middle. He fires it. Goes off the side of the cage, I think. Smith reverses into the middle. Goes back door for Guyette. Guyette doing a good job holding on to the puck as the Surf converge. Not the Surfs, as the scoreboard says. I don't think you can pluralize Surf. Smith Quick shot, one-timer by Pope. Goalie with the save. Had some heat on that one. Some mustard. Looks like change is happening, so Pope is buying some time. Mueller. Hammer is still on the ice, but Mueller is on. Now Frederick is on. Hammer's going to go to the bench. Guyette skating past all the forwards. He's going to enter the zone. He drops it to Frederick. Frederick down low to Guyette. Goralnik is there. That's going to be an icing. This Florida team has to be exhausted with 5 skaters on the bench, leaving that Florida weather to come up here to South Bend. Permacloud gray. Tough. The goalie is able to freeze that one. Quite honestly, I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention. 6:04 to go in the second period. We got the Mueller, Goralnik, Frederick line, Gordon, and Lauber. Comes to Gordon. Gordon, nice backdoor pass looking to Frederick. A little too hot to handle. Frederick up to Lauber. Lauber's going to fire it. It is wide. Gordon comes up, keeps it in. Nice job by Mueller dropping back to Gordon's spot. Mueller's going to take the space. He's going to fire it. It ricochets off of a Surf player, but the goalie is able to freeze the rebound. For those of you wondering, it's probably about 38 degrees in the rink, and the bench I'm sitting on is 25 degrees. Offensive zone face-off. Mueller will take it. Goralnik with it at center ice. The Surf enter the zone for a moment. Mueller, he's going to take a shot here. Probably he fires it. Save, generated a rebound, but not one we could shoot. Frederick in the middle has got some space. He gets it backdoor to Goralnik, who had a good, he had a good point blank range shot attempt, but to no avail. Williams down low with it. Gets it to Crawford. Crawford in the middle, or Frederick in the middle to Mueller. Mueller enters the zone. We're all just going to change. Mueller gets past the defenders and shoots it, but the goalie is able to make a save with no rebound. We got 4:18 to go in the second period. Beto, Ryu, and Johnston. Avsev and Steinmetz. Florida is struggling to get its 5th player on the ice. I imagine it is because of their short bench and a little bit of tiredness. Backdoor pass, dangerous, but gets through the zone. And OAC's right back at it. Johnston knocks the defender's pass down. Ryu does too. Ryu's got it down low. Almost looks like a power play. Johnston, good skating. Dangerous pass to Ryu. Ryu fires it. That had to have just missed. Great pass on by Johnston to Ryu. Into the zone, Ryu wide open, unmarked. He gets it in the middle to Johnston, not able to corral it. Ryu has it again. Here comes the Surf. Nice save on the quick shot by OT. No rebound. So we'll do a defensive zone face-off with Pope, Smith, and Hammer, Guyette, and Gordon. Guyette up to Hammer. Hammer looking to Pope, and it's actually just icing. Good looking stretch pass, but a good thought at least, but that's going to be icing. It's going to give the Surf a defensive zone face-off. 3 minutes to go. Pardon me as I yawn. Smith takes the draw. The Surf had some zone time there for a minute. Here comes Guyette. Guyette enters the zone. It's knocked away from him. Pope knocks it away. Smith gathers it. To Gordon. Gordon shoots it, and it deflects wide. Gordon to Smith is going to reverse it. Smith going down low with it. Knocked away by 38, probably one of the top players for this Florida team. And that was knocked away by Guyette, creating an offsides. Back into the zone, defensive zone. Lauber over to Williams. Nice play by Williams with a flip pass to Frederick. That came out. That'll be a neutral zone faceoff. As soon as I say this, you know what that means, but there have been no penalties by either team in the game. It's been a very sleepy morning, I would say, in terms of intensity and physicality. As I said, when I walked in the rink at 7:45 a.m., it was dark. Like nighttime, 6 p.m. dark. I'm sure the boys' body clock is a little off. Hopefully their Mission barbecue last night was good. Quick shot from Mueller. And yes, I like to mix in barbecue talk. Mission barbecue was the dinner of choice for the boys at the hotel. I definitely co-sign that order. Hope to get the review from AJ and the team. Mueller takes the draw. He's got Frederick and Garolnik. If anybody is listening right now, live, you get $1. Gets into the zone. Williams, Frederick. Other defenders, Lauber, as I said. 1 minute to go in the second period. Nice. Oh, it gets in the back of the net. Goal for the Surf. Lauber did a nice job dropping to a knee, and he blocked the pass across the face, but it kind of squirted the opposite direction, and a Surf player, I believe, just tapped it in. So that was kind of bad luck for OT and the the defense there. Lauber had made a good play preventing the pass, but I think it just deflected backdoor, and a Surf player knocked it in. So the Surf enter the zone here, making the Surf making some waves with that goal. Ryu gets it in. He's got Johnston, a little bit of a 2-on-1. Ryu's going to keep it back door to Johnston. What a save by the goalie. Johnston wanted that one for the hat trick.
Great save. Holy cow.
Great save. Avseev gets it down low. It's Ryu, Johnston, and Beto, along with Avseev and Crawford. We got 16 seconds left. Here come the Surf. 38 for the Surf, one of the top players there. Quick shot. OT covers it up with 3.6 seconds remaining. Quick shot, saved by OT. And that's the end of the second period. We got one more period to go on this road trip, 5-2 Okanagan. Back in a minute. Starting off this third period, sorry, a little bit slow on the commentary, but Crawford to Gordon. Gordon shoots it. You also have Smith, Hammer, and Pope on the ice. Smith comes away with the turnover. He's got Pope down low, Pope behind the net. Backdoor pass looking for Smith, gets through there. Pope with the big hit. Oh man, that player is down. Looks like it was a legal hit, but that player's arms are still over his head. He's moving. I hope the player's all right. He's moving his legs. I think he was a little stunned, to say the least. OHC is sending their trainer out onto the ice. Number 8 is up. He's a little bit wobbly. Hope the young man's all right. That's going to be offsides. We're about a minute into this third period. We'll do a neutral zone face-off here. Lauber down low with the puck. Lauber and Steinmetz are the D-men. Goralnik and Mueller and Frederick are your forwards. Here comes Mueller. Lauber takes the space. He's going to fire it. It hit the post. Good shot by Lauber. Back to Lauber. He fires it again. It's going to be saved and covered up by the Surf goalie. Ryu shoots it. It goes wide. Johnston is there. And that's going to be an icing on the Surf. Florida Surf get it in deep. You got Johnston and Beto and Ryu as the forwards. Johnston in the middle. He's probably going to fire it. He does. Glove save by the goalie. Smith, Pope, and Hammer along with Gordon and Guyette. 12:48 to go in this one. Smith wins the face-off. Quick shot by Gordon. It was kicked away. I think Guyette kept it in. Pope's bringing it in the middle. Pope's going to fire it. Loose puck. Goalie saved it, but it squirted almost behind him. Comes back into the middle. Here's Hammer. Comes back to Gordon to Guyette. Smith in the middle with it. He enters the zone. He fires it, puts it in the back of the net. Tyler Smith with his second goal of the day. Mueller brings it into the zone. He's flanked by Goralnik and Frederick. And then Crawford and Lauber are your D-men. Goralnik backdoor to Frederick. Frederick will switch his spots with Mueller. Mueller drops it to Lauber. Lauber shoots it, saved by the goalie. And here come the Surf. .38 for Surf, gets past the defender. He's going to get a shot. Nope, he doesn't. Nice back check by Mueller into the middle. Danger zone, but a save by OT. Glove save, no rebound. We got 10:45 to go in this one.
Criminal.
And we're going to have our first penalty of the game as Mueller goes to the box for holding. So that's going to put Williams, Gordon, Smith, and Pope as the 4 players for OHC for this minute-and-a-half penalty. Power play for the Surf. Nice play by Smith to get it in deep as he got control with the red line.
First I like guys was a little back, you know, played the puck, and I was like, oh, and he shook his head.
Backdoor, dangerous pass, but the shot was wide. OT was in position. Here comes Smith. He's going to get the red line as some OHC players are going to change. Smith in the middle going for a hat trick and almost gets it. That was just high. 35 seconds left on the power play. 6-2 is the score. 9:45 to go in this game and in the weekend.
Thank you for your service.
So we got Beto and Ryu on the ice. Johnston ought to join them. Off the side of the net, that shot. Mueller is now on the ice. He's crossing. And Johnston comes on. So we're full even strength. Guyette and Steinmetz are the defenders. Nice job, Darla, with the assist. Yes. Needed somebody in the penalty box. Beto up to Johnston. Johnston's going to take it. Nice pass back door to Ryu. Backside, rather. Johnston again. Pass in the middle to Guyette. Guyette fires it right into the net. What a shot. You probably got a decent view of that. Might have been obscured by the plexiglass, but OHC is not celebrating, which is the right way to handle this. Makes the score 7-2, and the clock is running. 8:06 to go. It looks like number 8 for the Surf is back on the ice. He took a hit earlier, so that is very, very good news. That they evaluated him and he's able to come back on. Johnston, Pope. Pope fires it. Save is kicked wide into the corner.
Yeah, he was really, he was 60 seconds.
Hammer into the middle to Pope. Pope flips it.
Sometimes they move a little.
And Johnston might have been there. And then the goalie covers it up. So the clock is still running, 7:24 to go. Pope's going to take the face-off here with Johnston and Hammer as the forwards. Pope puts it in the back of the net as the loose puck was in front of the goal, and he picked it up and buried that one for the goal. Makes it 8-2. 6:45 to go. The boys have a long day with a flight tonight at 7 p.m. out of Midway. But I hear they're going to get a tour of the Notre Dame hockey facilities after this game, a private tour through the locker room and weight room and everything else, which ought to be pretty cool for the boys to see the incredible athletic facilities at this university. I'm certainly biased, but they are awesome facilities, up there with anybody's. Boys got to see 2 periods of the Notre Dame Western Michigan hockey game on Friday night. They had an early morning, so they only stayed for a bit. Western Michigan, of course, the defending national champions. And I believe the game was competitive, close for a while, but Western was clearly the better team. From what I understand, Goralnik with a quick shot. Glove saved by the Surf goalie. OHC is going to send out Hammer, Smith, and Pope along with Williams and Steinmetz. Smith's going to take the draw. Pope gets it back to Williams. Williams throws it around the horn. Steinmetz. Smith back down low. Smith into the middle. Quick shot. Goes high and in the corner. Squirts back. Pope's going to get it. He gets it over to Steinmetz. Knocked away from Steinmetz. Smith reverses it. Flips it up to Pope. Block shot there by Williams. A block shot gets a round of applause. Pope enters the zone. Drops it to Smith. Smith fires it. Glove or chest save, I guess, by the goalie. 4:19 to go in this one. Ryu comes away with it. He's got his line mates Johnston and Bello with him. Guyette, Lauber are your D-men. Lauber does a nice job keeping it in the zone. Another yawn from me. Just an early morning. Don't take offense. .324 to go in this running clock game. Johnson with a good back check gather. He gets the red line and nice pass over to Guyette, who's got space. Guyette takes it in. Nice job by Guyette, dropping it to Ryu. Ryu on the blue line fighting for it. Was able to get it back to Guyette. Guyette's got space. Passes in the middle to Johnston, not able to pull the trigger. Lauber comes up, shoots it, and it deflected off somebody or something. Guyette. Lauber. Lauber gets the zone into the middle. Johnson fires it just wide, wanting that hat trick. 2:38 to go. Clock cannot tick fast enough. Did I say that out loud? Mueller, Frederick, Gorolnik, Avseed, and Gordon. For those of you in Colorado just tuning in, waking up, maybe having your coffee, this one's been pretty ugly from a competitive standpoint. Florida Surf only have 5 players on their bench right now. It's an extremely short bench. Quick shot by Frederick, saved by the goalie. Goalie for Florida has gotten his money's worth today. Made a bunch of nice saves, but also very, very much undersized and has struggled with anything high. Definitely a cold, slow morning here. I think both teams are certainly tired. Their 5th game this weekend, early morning game. But Florida having the short bench to match all that makes it very difficult. Gorolnik lost an edge there, but Mueller cleans it up, and here he comes into the zone. Gorolnik with the takeaway. Nice play there by Caleb. He gets hooked, and they're going to call their first Florida Surf penalty of the day. We've only had 1 penalty on OHC. It's been a very quick, light penalty game. Not a lot of intensity from anyone, whether it's the crowd, the teams. Again, walking into the rink at 7:45, not 6:45, 7:45, pitch black, dark, 25 degrees will do that to you. We got 35 seconds left on a running clock. Steinmetz over to Lauber. Lauber to Pope. Pope deflected, attempted to Steinmetz. 24 seconds to go. Steinmetz might have gotten tripped there, but at this point, does it even matter? Here comes Smith into the zone using that speed. Three seconds, 2 seconds, back door to Pope, and I think that actually went in the net on the pass from Hammer to Pope. That was a goal. As time expired, the referee pointed and called it a goal. So that's going to make the final 9-2. So thanks for being with us this weekend. Sorry about having to broadcast on my personal channel. Hopefully we can stay friends. And we will see you all at some point at the airport or wherever else. Safe travels from sunny 70 degrees South Bend.